Good evening, partners, and tonight we make some serious preparations. So today we're gonna go ahead and do the walkthrough of one of my most requested videos, and that is the bug out bag. So we're gonna go ahead and start off with the bag. So here I have a random tactical bag that I actually found on Amazon. I recommend that you start off with the bag. It doesn't make sense for you to purchase all the equipment that you need and then you end up with something small like this. It's just not gonna work out. So what I recommend is getting yourself a nice bag. You don't want it to be too big. You want it to be a decent size, but you want it to have enough compartments and enough pockets to fit everything you're gonna put in there. So, as you can tell, this is a decent sized bag. It comes with, it's pretty tactical. It comes with a lot of compartments, and it comes with an addition right here, which is actually removable. So, I know what I'm working with, a big enough bag to carry enough items. And then, you can go ahead and move on to the things that you're gonna put inside the bag. Now, the things that I'm going to show you for my bug out bag is not end all be all. Everyone's bug out bag is going to be different, and the bug out bag is supposed to cater to an individual. So what might work for me will not work for you. Like, I live in Miami, I wouldn't put a coat inside my bag. I may put a small jacket, but I would never put a coat. My sister who lives in Canada, she'll probably put some maple syrup in her bag. I personally would not. So we're going to briefly go over hygiene. Regardless of whatever situation you're in, no one wants to smell bad. So we're gonna focus on some hygiene, and a good rule of thumb is to always have an extra. Let's say you have one shaving cream and you happen to lose it, now you have no shaving cream. So it's always good to have backups. Have backups of your backups. You can never go wrong. The bug out bag was not created in a day. Everything was purchased over long periods of time. I would go to Walmart and I see that they have this on sale for 89 cents, and I'll just grab a couple. Same thing with the toothbrushes, and the same thing with the toothpaste. It's nothing, I didn't go to the store and just stocked up on everything. So whenever I'm doing my regular shopping, I just grab a few things that I feel like would be great in a bug out bag. Next off, we have some fire here. We have some combustible solid cubes. And what these things are, just little tiny cubes that are flammable, and they will last for a very, very, very long time. You can put it in the grill, you can put it wherever you want to put it. And they do smell a little metallic, but they are extremely flammable. So these little cubes, I believe these little cubes can burn up to 3 hours. So, you know, I have a box full of them, so that should last me for a while. And then, wow, that smell is really strong. Then you have some waterproof matches. You can never go wrong with having waterproof matches, just in case anything happens to your bags. Gets wet, your matches are still gonna work. And just in case if you lose your matches, again, like I said, if you have one, if this is your only source of fire here and you lose this, you're out of luck. So it's always good to have backups. Let's say everything goes missing. You can always rely on flint and steel. This is your go-to fire starter, flint and steel. And again, always have multiple flint and steel. Now, if we move over here, we have a nice little stove top over here, and it corresponds with the fire cube. Just simply fold this over, put one of these cubes inside, set it on fire, and you can put your stove on top, and you're good to go. And over here I have a nice little clamp that you can use to hold on to your pot if your pot doesn't have a handle or if it gets too hot. This is something that I purchased online. What it is actually, it's a fork and a spoon, and it also comes with a knife and other tools, a corkscrew and everything. And it connects together like so. And to lock it in place, just simply fold the fork over it, fold the spoon over it, and it locks in place. And this is also another tool that you can use. These are all essential items that you'll need in your bug out bags. But again, like I said, each bug out bag is going to be different depending on the person, depending on their need. So over here we have some medical kit, and this was also purchased on Amazon. I did make some adjustments to it. You know, I simply grab some gloves, you know, a couple pair of gloves, and I fold them up together to make, you know, all the gloves. And this right here is just a bunch of cotton, and I went ahead and put some cotton in a nice little bag, and I stapled it together. Now this cotton serves two purposes. One, it can be used for, you know, medical, and another thing is it can be used for tinder. It's very, very flammable. So I leave it over here, and I have another pack for just in case I need to start a fire or whatnot. And just close that here. Another thing, you know, you can never go wrong with repellent. You know, if you're out in the wilderness, you're gonna need repellent and anti-itch cream. You can never go wrong with these three items right here. This is something that you're really gonna need, and this is something that I recommend in every bug out bag. You don't have to purchase the whole set. You can buy everything little by little, but mosquito repellent, bug repellent, anti-itch cream, something that you're gonna need, especially if you're in the wilderness. Next off, we're gonna go ahead and move on to some clothing items. Now again, each bug out bag is gonna be different, like I said. So I basically placed this based on my personal needs. This is just a pair of BDUs. I tape it together because it's easier, and it consumes as little space as possible. A nice little mask just in case there's some dust, or I happen to get cold and I need to cover my face. A nice little towel to take a shower or whatever I may need it. Then over here we have some strings. We have two sets of strings, two different strings for two different purposes. Of course, you can think of all the things that you can think of you can use strings for. And then what this right here is actually a fishing net. So what it does is it turns into like a nice little square. You have a little metal piece right here in the center. This turns into a nice little square. You place this in the water and you hoist the string over a branch. The fish is just gonna basically go inside the net, and you pull it, and you have a nice little compartment to hold any fish that you happen to catch. You can put some bait in the middle, and you're good to go. Now we're gonna move down to water. Water is extremely important. You can go several weeks without food, but you can only go 2 weeks without water. So what I have here is a CamelBak, holds up to 2 liters. So we fill this up, and I have a straw right here, so I don't have to really fumble with anything. Next, we have a life straw. The life straw is something that I've seen online. They actually, what they do is they send the life straw to Africa, to third world countries where water is kind of scarce. So what people do is actually they use this, and it has a filter inside where it cleans dirty water and makes the dirty water drinkable. Now, it's not gonna make the water taste any better, but it's just gonna make the water drinkable. So, life straw, I 100% recommend. Next over here is, we have water purification tablets. Now, I have 50 of these bad boys, and one tablet is good enough for 20 to 25 liters. So this is a 2-liter CamelBak, so one tablet is good for 25 liters. So, and I have 50 of these, so you can imagine this would last me for a while if it's just me. So next on the line, we have a few knives here. I just thought that, you know, this would be cool to have a couple of throwing knives. You never know in a situation you might need to throw a knife at someone, hit them somewhere. It's good to have it. Handy dandy knife. I love this knife. It's really nice. Tactical knife. It has a glass break over here, and just a beautiful craftsmanship. Nice knife. I love this knife right here. Next, a slingshot, just in case. You know, you see some small little game and you want to go ahead and catch it. You know, you don't have any weapons. You don't have any. You don't have a gun. You take the bad boy off. Gloves. I mean, you're gonna need gloves regardless. And of course, like I always say, it's always good to have 2 of everything, so you can never go wrong. And this knife comes with flint and steel itself. Then over here, some miscellaneous items. Over here, these are some compression bands, just in case, you know, your wrist hurts or your ankle. You just wrap it around, give yourself some compression to help you out. Like I said, each bag is different. Each bag is supposed to cater to the person, it's supposed to cater to the owner. So no 2 people are gonna have the same bags. Probably gonna have a couple of things that are the same, but for the most part, it's gonna cater to each individual. Like so, I like this little compass right here. It has a nice little compass. It's also a magnifying glass. You can use it over here to magnifying glass. And if you, just in case, you need to see a little bit further, you have a telescope, which is pretty cool because it turns into a nice little telescope. And of course, if you need to see further away, flip it on the other side. Also a nice telescope and a nice little mirror. So these are little things that I felt were pretty good to own. Little things that I think would have been great, would be great in a bug out bag. And so I went ahead and I made those decisions to put them inside my bug out bag. So this right here, this is still a work in progress. At any given moment I can take something out, I can put something back in. But this is going to be in the main bag. So if we move over here, you'll see that I have more of the products that I have in the main bag. What this side is for, this is for my side bag. So now, not only do I have a main book bag that's going to carry all the main components, but this is the side bag. Just in case if I were to lose the main book bag, in any case, anything may happen, I may lose the main book bag. I have a nice little fanny pack or a side backpack that has almost the same things the main book bag has. Just a couple things are a little bit different. Again, flint and steel, cotton for medical purposes and also to start a fire, chapstick, wet naps, more hygiene products, knives, more tools, again with the telescope slash magnifying glass, utensils, medical kit, and another thing, you have to keep in mind, in the case of emergency, things become scarce. Even simple toilet paper becomes scarce. So what you could do is basically break the toilet paper apart and take out the roll inside of it. Just push this out right here. You never know, the world is about to end, Armageddon, zombies. And I don't mean zombies as like Walking Dead. I mean zombies as, people who can't think for themselves. You have to take this toilet paper roll right here, stuff inside a Ziploc bag, and you never know, toilet paper may become a currency, maybe become a hot commodity because everyone wants toilet paper. And there you go, you have a nice roll of toilet paper right here. If you get a bigger size Ziploc bag, you probably put 2 rolls of toilet paper here. So these are things that you're gonna need, things that you can use. More fire, more water purification tablets, just in a different form. This is for smaller quantities of water. And this is right here. Is to chop down some small little trees. If you want, what you do is basically wrap this around the tree and you just go side to side and eventually it's going to cut the tree down. Now, you're not going to go ahead and chop down a big giant cherry tree with this. Use something very, very small, something very, very thin. So this is what I have. This is for my side bag. Everything over here is for my main bag. And of course, if you can get your hands on some MREs, that would be great. But if you can't, that's fine. If you're living out in the wilderness, you're gonna have to go ahead and find your own food. But MREs are also great to have. And of course, we have another CamelBak right here. CamelBak right here. This is the complete set itself. So as you can see, we have the side backpack, and this is what the side backpack contains. And then you have the main backpack. Altogether, this is a great thing to have. Again, your bug out bag is something that you're gonna use in case that you have to leave your home and you have to be out in the wilderness. In the case of emergency, the best place to be is in your home. You would fortify your house to the best of your abilities, survive off of what you have in the house. But if you do have to leave your house for any reason whatsoever, you're gonna need to have a contingency plan, and having a bug out bag is the best thing that you can do. So, as you can tell, these are my 2 bug out bags. These are the 2 main bug out bags and the 2 side bug out bags. So in case of emergency, this one's for me, this is also for me, and this is for my daughter, and this is for my daughter. So we both have, the bags are identical as far as the things that are inside of them, but this one, as you can tell, this is a far smaller bag, it's a thicker, something that you can actually carry, versus this one, which has more things in there. So, but pretty much everything's the same. Whatever I have in here, I have the same amount of items in here also, and the same thing goes in both side bags. So in case of emergency, and you have to leave your home. Remember, the bug out bags is meant for you when you have to leave your home and you're out in the wilderness. So it's not something that you use just for fun. This is oh crap moment, and you need to be out there, you need to leave your house, you need to evacuate, you need to survive off of basically nothing. This is supposed to give you a head start. And each bug out bag is going to be different. So whatever I have in my bag, you may not have in your bag, or you may want to have the exact same thing. You don't really need to. Make your bug out bag work for you. Go to Walmart, find the clearance sections, get small little items, and this bag was completed in maybe 2 or 3 months. Just buying little things at a time, certain things I have to order online, because little by little. And simply like this, you don't have to purchase everything in a row. You don't have to go crazy with your bug out bag. Just relax, take your time, or if you want to purchase a pre-made bug out bag online, you can. I don't recommend it because it's not going to cater to your need. So go ahead, purchase the bag first, and then start buying things little by little. Eventually you have a bug out bag of your own, and hopefully you never have to use it, but just in case if you do, you're ready to go. If you want to show support to my channel, simply hit the notification bell, like or dislike this video depending on how you feel, and feel free to comment on what you think I should review next. And most importantly, subscribe, share this video with friends or family or whomever you think would really enjoy this. It's fun, it's free, and who doesn't like free? I know I do.